And it's on.
Welcome.
Well, welcome to this very
New?
spontaneous way of introducing the Blender Cloud. Actually, we are live from the Blender Institute here in Amsterdam,
And the Blender Animation Studio here in Amsterdam.
and the Blender Foundation here in the corner, and the Blender Network.
Yeah, wow, it's everywhere.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
But with this kind of live streams we do here at the Blender Cloud, we want to show what's going on in the cloud, not only here at the Institute. As you may know, we make open movies in the past, but also we would like to show a bit of what is going on the Blender Cloud. There are other projects more than the one happens here at the Blender Institute. For example, there is Hero that we could talk about. There is tutorials, there is training, there is even services like a track, Flamingo. There's many things we can talk about.
Yeah.
But today
Today we are here to talk about Agent 327. It's been a while since the original release, the online release of Agent 327 Operation Barbershop, and even after publishing the video, we never really stopped working on it and sharing the film, sending it to festivals, getting feedback from people, and really trying to make it become a reality. So this is actually why we're here today, because we want to share something special about it. Before we go any further, since this is the first time we actually do a live streaming, some of you may know us, but maybe we want to introduce ourselves. I am Francesco. I work as a producer here at the Blender Studio, and this is Pablo.
This is Pablo. I worked on open movies projects in the past. I also work here at the Blender Institute Animation Studio, mainly as an artist and a bunch of other things.
And today we are going to be joined by the rest of the team in the moment where we're going to release this alternative ending. And in particular, we're going to be joined by our director, Hjalti, which...
Wait, what?
I didn't see you there.
That's your cue, yes.
Yeah. All right.
Wow, where were you hiding all this time?
I was downstairs.
Do you have cramps?
Downstairs.
Yeah. The fetal position was quite nice.
So,
Welcome.
Yo,
who are you?
My name is Hjalti Helmason. I directed with Colin Levy the Agent 327 short film, Operation Barbershop, and we're going to release the alternative ending to that little film.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we said quite a bit about the agent already. Like one thing before we actually get into it is, well, first of all, if you don't know Agent 327, maybe you can take a moment to check it out and go on YouTube and type Agent 327 and watch the film. Mm-hmm. Which has currently 3.3 million views. So that's
3.3.
Oh yeah, that's not
million
bad.
views.
So I hope that you guys following us right now, and maybe also people who are gonna watch the film later will be familiar with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the joke doesn't really work. So you should really
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
watch
you should
the film,
like
yes.
if you recognize what you're watching,
Yeah.
you're good. But
And just to be sure, for the alternative ending, we actually show a bit of a reminder first, and then we kind of show the alternative ending.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
we show a little bit of both, but
Yes, so be prepared for that. And before that, I wanted to talk about also the some of the awards that the film has been winning. Just
We won.
we won.
we got something.
We won. We have something here.
Yeah, so it's very exciting for us to actually see that the film has been getting some recognition. That's also what keeps us working on it and keep doing stuff for it. It's not just the one film that is done and then we put it online and move on to the next, like we've been doing for some of our previous projects, because we are always like pursuing the next project, the next idea. But it's been great to see the film winning and being nominated for a few awards. So that's really cool. Mm-hmm. And
This is bragging. Shall we brag after
Yeah.
the fact?
Well, they're not real unless they have the laurels like around them.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know
Do
what
we-
I
do
mean?
we
It's
have
just
laurels?
a list. It's not real.
No?
Yeah.
So as we speak, I am finishing to type.
To type the blog
to
post.
type a blog post.
So let's entertain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe, hey, how did this come about? Well, this whole alternative ending. So
Yeah.
as Colin and I were working on the figuring out exactly on what tone to strike at the end, we had a couple of options. One of them was the one we chose, of course, which is more of this kind of building up to this climax, and then the way I described it is like something badass happens and guitar solo, you know, it's like Agent 227, and you have that kind of cool outro music. There were a couple of other things that we were kind of playing around with. One a little bit more humorous, the other one a little bit more, you know, serious maybe. Well, I think a lot of them were more kind of comedic. The problem is that it's like you accidentally undercut the seriousness of it, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just you kind of have to choose one way or the other. You kind of can't have both. So this is one of those alternative endings that we talked about. Why we did it though, it's because we got a new animator, and I was asked by Ton to create a little mini project for him, basically maybe a shot or two or something like that, that I could work with him on. Nothing like too high profile necessarily, but something that isn't just a random walk cycle, because we know he can animate, but it's a matter of getting him more used to Blender and working with us. So I pitched him this idea of like, what about we kind of revisit the agent, and we just kind of just change some of the shots, and because it wouldn't take that much, you know. And you know, he was a little bit lukewarm, excited about the agent, not sure if this was funny enough or whatever, so I had to kind of sell it to him. So I made this pitch that was essentially like a layout version of it. It was very detailed, and I actually added in a lot of sounds just to kind of sell it, and he laughed. So it was a good sign. So
Good.
So it ended up being so. I think I animated all the shots except for like that last one, and that's the big one that I gave to Pablo Fournier. That's the new animator, if I didn't mention before. So we have two Pablos now. It's a huge problem. We have to.
And Juan Pablo as the rigger.
Yeah, exactly.
So how many Pablos can you fit in a project? Oh, the screen behind us turned blue,
Wow, the blue screen.
and it's not a Windows machine.
No, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, somebody's
There you
somebody's gonna crop me out and do something silly with me now.
Oh yeah, now you're in a meme now.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
I know.
Before continuing, is everything okay with the stream? We are checking the comments, so if you have any comments, you can leave them. And people are saying hi. Thank you, everybody.
You worked on it also, I think?
On the
or-
agent? No, not in this one actually.
No, okay,
I
okay,
was in
yeah.
holidays. So
we talked about
Summer.
it, but you went, yeah, exactly.
Chilling.
Oh, yes, you did none of the work. That's right. You
None
were
of the
chilling.
work.
Yes.
I still have a credit though.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, how is the post going? We can just.
Yeah, I think actually the blog post is
We can
ready. I'm
just
preparing
go.
some social media things. I would like to actually call in the guys.
When we press the button.
So-
yes.
So we can celebrate, and then you know, we can make the video public and everything. So I hope,
Cool.
Yeah.
I hope
the
they-
video will be published in the Blender Animation Studio YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So it's in the same channel where the Agent 327 original movie is. So in case you don't, because now we're gonna stream it through here with this thing, but you know, streaming maybe chops some frames, and animators don't like that. They work so hard. Then you watch it in a 12 frames per second, and then yeah.
Yep.
So you
True.
can go watch the full quality one at the Blender Animation Studio YouTube channel.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I think the guys are taking a cab. They're
Icelandic people joining.
What?
Something says.
Ah, yeah. Sigurgeir Aren Bjarnason. Wait, what? Aren Bjarnason. Ah, okay.
What
Yeah.
does he say?
Love to you.
And a
Aw.
kiss.
Well, you in plural, by the way, not a singular you. That's
Awesome.
a problem with English. It doesn't have one of those.
Same in Icelandic.
Yeah, ást til ykkar.
Come on, guys. Let's come in.
Come. We got some visitors here.
Yeah. There's
So
Pablo
here, like,
Fournier.
there is space. There you go.
Yeah.
And there's
Okay.
Pablo and Sigrid and there you go. Look. Let's. Is there space? Yeah. Space, and look, he's Handy, Sibran, Julian, and Sergey. Look at this. What a sausage festival. Wow, amazing. Okay, so we are all here so that we can. There you go. All right. Okay. So we have the couch all for ourselves. Okay.
Wow.
Good.
It was not tested, but here we are.
We thought.
You should have to look at the round
Yeah.
thing there.
So
One of these people are just a random Dutch guy that was walking past the studio.
find out who.
Find out.
So
In the next episode.
what are we gonna do? We are gonna watch it here, like we have a screen here, so we're all gonna watch it together. You're not gonna see our faces because it's gonna be like full screen streamed, and then we will actually share the link for the video on the Blender Animation Studio YouTube channel. So the link will become public.
Because I
and
have the video here.
secrets.
The secrets.
Hashtag secrets.
Is it still unlisted, right?
Yeah, it's
So
unlisted.
anybody? Yes.
Yes.
No one can see. No views.
Yes.
Should I
Okay.
just
Unmute it and watch it.
wait?
Just go for
full
it.
Screen.
Mm-hmm.
Unmute. Move the mouse to this screen. So we're gonna mute ourselves and then.
Agent 327.
That's it. We're clapping ourselves.
Yeah,
why not?
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed it. It's cute. Okay.
Well,
so I'm actually preparing the tweet.
It's still publishing. In the meantime,
yeah.
we can say who is who up here. Let's go from this side. Who are you?
Who am I?
How are you here? Shout, because this is the only microphone we have.
Well, my name is Julian Kasper, and I'm one of the new 3D artists here.
Hey.
Hey, yo. Working on Spring.
Working on Spring, yeah,
Hey,
the characters.
creatures. Awesome. Who's this other guy that is on? Ooh.
Oh, who is that? That's me.
Yum, yum, yum. Sergey Sharivin, Dr. Sergey Sharivin,
Yes.
working on dependency graph.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, maybe
Sergey,
2.8.
dependency
Computers.
Preparing your computer.
Fixing my computer. My computer broke down today, but it's a good thing that we're doing this. And Andy.
Hey. Hello.
Hey.
I'm Andy.
How do you spell your last name?
I
It
don't
gets
know.
misspelled with every poster.
And it's my
It was
fault.
the one
I make
time.
those posters, yeah.
It was the one time.
No, actually no.
There's
They
two
just found
posters.
out another poster while you were not here.
Yeah.
Which you didn't misspell, so it's not your fault.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
crap. Okay.
But it's spelled Goralchik.
Goralchik. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's directing Spring, the new open movie that we are going to show a little bit now in.
Hey.
in
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
yeah.
we got it. We took some time to build this, milk it. Sivran,
Yeah.
hi.
Hi. I'm Siren and
Doctor.
Dr. Sivran.
Dr. Siren.
Doctor.
Thank you. And doing cloud development and Blender development and fixing your computer
Thank you very much.
and
Fixing
store. Yeah.
Blender like Alembic stuff.
Yep.
Awesome.
Just fixed to one Alembic bug for Daniel Lara for the Hero project. So
Yeah.
even they are using Alembic. It's awesome.
Nice.
Nice, and that's part of the cloud because this is supposed to be like a cloud thing. We didn't want it to make it like a studio thing, otherwise we only speak about one project at a time. But the cloud is, and
Yeah.
this is made thanks to people on the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, me
Oh,
again.
yeah, we
hey,
are
I'm not.
right
No,
now.
no, don't cut me off. Yeah, and then
And then
I'm Pablo, also known as Best Pablo.
well done.
That's some confidence. That's some confidence.
And I'm a new animator. I'm working in Spring also.
Yeah, and you basically animated the
Yep, the last
final
part.
shot, right? So
in this,
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a test, and I went.
you passed.
I think so. No. Yeah.
That's great. So okay, I wrote the tweet in the meantime as people talk. So enjoy the alternative ending of Agent 327 Operation Barbershop. The link to the video, which is gonna become live now.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna share
What
it,
exciting.
and then you guys can all go tweeting happily ever after and sharing online on all the social media. So
Go retweeting. We should take like the celebrities do take selfie with this. No, is it too lame to talk about something else?
okay.
He's doing it. He's doing it.
I'm not doing it, you're doing it.
Okay, so there you go. Okay, so
Sorry.
I just want to make sure that I'm actually sharing the right link instead of sharing the wrong link. So is this one okay?
Link is coming, but the
Link
video
is
is
coming.
actually public.
The video is gonna be public in 3 to 7 seconds. Share now.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
I am used to this. Okay.
let's see.
And Agent 3 to 7 is gonna be public in 3, 2, 1. It is now public.
With
I
a
think.
delay, it's probably already public.
Yes.
For 10 seconds.
So you should actually see it. Is it?
And
So yes, it is. It's gonna be there.
Refresh.
It is there.
videos
And
and
refresh.
Blender Animation Studio, right?
Blender Animation Studio.
Click harder.
Yeah, it is.
I need to click harder.
Stronger.
Maybe.
And
Yeah, it is public. It is public.
it is public.
Yeah,
okay.
it's totally public. 6 views.
Six
Okay,
views in
so
the Blender Animation.
yeah, on the verge of this
One thumbs up.
success.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you for your one thumbs up.
okay.
There you go, you
It
can
is.
actually search for
It
it.
is officially out there. So you guys go out and spread the words. We hope you loved it. We hope you liked it. Thanks everybody. Thanks to the team for joining us.
More about what's going on. How many people are we? Is it worth it?
Like, are there
50 people.
any
Do you want
questions?
to see more? Are there any questions? Any? Rewind effect when VHS effect look very authentic. Is that Blender?
Yeah, actually, I think it's very funny to share that story of how that played out, because basically we started with the idea was to just publish the clip of the agent. So just like, from Woman 2 saying Agent 327 and then just play the alternative ending.
Yeah.
And we screened it a few times and people were loving it, they were laughing a lot, but we thought, okay, these are probably people that are familiar with the film, that have seen it a few times. Yeah. So I thought, okay, what if, we tried to give a little bit more context? And so I showed a quick demo edit of Hjalti where I was simply playing the video, like the original video, and then I was just playing it backwards and playing it forward. And that was it, like as plain and boring as possible. And that's when then Hjalti was like...
Yeah, my comment was like, oh, what if it was like VHS and you could like pause and then rewind and then you could play? And we started like downloading from Blend Swap all these different blend files that do like glitchy stuff and all this different stuff. And it never looked great. But then independently, you had sent this thing to Colin.
Yeah, I shared it with Colin. Yeah.
And without him knowing it, he already had the same idea, and he had put that effect on there and showed it to us.
Yeah.
Thinking he was being super original. But he was in his own way.
Yeah, so when Hjalti saw it for the first time, I was like, did you tell him? Did you tell him? So that was actually a fun moment. And then in the end, we decided, okay, let's keep it, because actually I think it adds and it makes it more fun.
Yeah.
So that's the story of the VHS effect that in the first place was not even meant to be there. But we hope this works and communicates.
Yeah, we got a fan of Daily Dreams here.
Yay! Thank you.
Awesome.
Go on.
No, what was the hardest part? Probably that is for you, because...
probably animate in Blender, because I never did it before. So basically, I never touched Blender before I almost start to work. So I had tons of issues about hotkeys and how Blender works, basically. So, but thanks to these guys, they helped me through the hard process.
Because it was even more fun, because when you started exactly on the shot itself, the guy,
Hjalti was not here.
He wasn't even
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I was like, wow, I'm off to sunny California, baby. Woo!
And meanwhile, I was here in cold Amsterdam,
Yeah.
crying
Yep.
because I didn't know Blender, and I was trying to animate something.
Quite the contrast between us.
A test that will decide if I stay here or not.
Yeah.
So basically, no pressure.
Yeah.
And
It worked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well,
good job.
I tried making it as kind of fleshed out, detailed as possible, just so it's like, okay, I know I'm not gonna be there, so at least there's gonna be some acting beats and some.
Not only Blender, it's Blendrig.
On top of
So
that,
it's
yeah.
complex
Yeah.
rig.
yeah, it's a,
Or if you're not used
successful.
to it, yeah. Well, just like any rig, like if you're not used to it, it's gonna
Yeah.
take you a while to get into it. Yeah.
Wow.
Where's
The
Juan?
voiceover, he was moving from Maya. You're coming from Maya,
Yes, I was coming from Maya.
right? Yeah. Where is Juan Bouza? It's about to update Blendrig. How many? Yeah, no. Yeah, Juan Pablo lives in Buenos Aires in Argentina. So it's summer, around 40 degrees there.
Yeah.
So it's probably melting right now.
Yeah.
But working on,
if he's melting too much, he can always move to Amsterdam. It's quite
Yeah.
cooling and nice, and got some rain, drizzle every now and then. It's good.
Last night. Yeah.
Yeah, last night. Probably now, right now.
Tomorrow's gonna be a snowstorm, I heard.
Oh,
Snowstorm.
ooh,
See, everybody gets so excited.
hey, Juan Pablo, that sounds nice.
You get that in Buenos Aires.
Yes, and then
I
yeah,
think that's it.
Hmm?
It's not too many questions.
No, not really.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So it means
Everything is clear.
Well, how many
message.
alternative finals?
yeah, that was also a question. Yeah, how many alternative
Yeah,
endings?
do we have any more?
Oh, there were, out of the ones that were like more fleshed out, there's probably 2 or 3 more, but they're not. I wouldn't say any of them was like maybe as fun. Should I just say it? Well, I can tell you one. One was that he's like that awkwardly climbing up, but he needs to like spread out to do it. So it's like a jungle gym thing.
Jean-Claude
Really-
Van Damme style.
Yeah, really awkwardly. It's just not as funny. Of course, if you think about it, that chair is probably not going to go all the way up, but that's kind of the charming stupidity of it.
He tries.
Yeah, he
He
tries.
tries so hard.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Wow. Was it hard to get the renders to render the old files to open with the latest Blender? Or?
No, everything was fine, and I think Francesco Francesco did most of the scene setup, and we had the light setups already there from the previous endings. The camera angles were pretty much the same. The only thing we did for this one was differently. We used denoising, which made the render time so much faster.
Oh,
So we used like I think for the original we had like 300 samples
Yeah.
up to 500 samples,
Yeah.
and then here we use like 100 max 80 samples with denoising, which was like way faster. And then there is no motion blur in most of the shots, so that also gave it a bit of a speed up. So yeah,
wow.
pretty
So this is
straightforward.
the first open movie with. No, the Dweeps also has
Dweeps had
Denoise.
Dweeps had
Yeah.
8K denoising.
AK denoise.
Yeah, I think
Crazy.
one part that made it very like it was of course reopening files. I helped Andy setting up the file so he could just go in and do relighting, making sure that everything would look good and save a bit of time in moving the animation files into the actual lighting files and removing or adding prompts that were or were not supposed to be there. And without those little utility scripts that Dalai and possibly Sibren and the other guys in the team worked on to synchronize constraints, for example, like those technical utilities that would otherwise have taken a lot of, it would have taken a lot of time to make sure that everything looked exactly the same in the animation, from the animation file to the lighting file. But it was actually very, very smooth. So it was a great, it was a great experience. Actually seeing that, of course, with Blender, even if you go there 6 months later, you open a file and it works. So that's always nice to do. So yeah.
Awesome. Did you use Eevee for previous?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you're dreaming. You're dreaming.
You're dreaming as
Yeah.
2.8.
Yes. So.
And then our Icelandic friend, did you previous the body throw for animation reference or placement?
I did do, when I was doing just the kind of layout thing, I was experimenting with a beanbag, putting like a belt on a beanbag and then tossing it from a chair. Just for fun. I mean, it was more about the timing of the guy throwing rather than the guy being thrown.
Yeah.
But no, that would be some amazing footage if I like.
You didn't film it? No?
I filmed it, but like it would be amazing footage if I had like gotta volunteer, and body
Oh,
slammed into the
never
wall.
asked.
Yeah, well, I can't carry you, man. No way. I don't think I can lift any of you. Yeah, okay. Okay, all right, yeah. Oh, poor
I
you.
was actually offering the opposite, by the way.
Oh, actually should have realized. Yeah, but besides that, it wasn't really needed that much.
Reference?
Yeah, well, for like him being kind of thrown off, because really in that one shot at the end, yeah, like there's a slow mo, and that takes such a particular kind of cheating that it's not really that good to have reference for that in particular. But the shot after that, when it's not slow mo anymore, I mean, it's only 6 frames, 5 frames, something like that. So as long as you have a nice spacing going on, then you're good.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. So, well,
I think.
do you want to answer the last question, which is in Spanish, and then we wrap it up?
The question says, who pays for breakfast? The last one, the last to arrive. I don't get it. What?
Which one of us would pay?
The breakfast. The last one. Well, it's a fight between
I think so.
how many new frames of animations were rendered for this. New frames.
Well,
5?
it was a few hundred, because it was like I think 3 or 4 shots before the final shots that Hjalti
Like
tweaked and reanimated.
4 shots at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
And then the final one. Yeah.
Yeah, a few hundred frames. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we can wrap this up.
Yes, let's wrap this up.
It's,
So
let's make a quick one. But if you like it, then maybe we can do this more often
yes.
to talk about other stuff. Because we also have the podcast, which is every other week. This week, there's a new podcast coming out, right?
And we
Is
will-
it?
Yeah, it is. It's tomorrow. Yes.
Tomorrow, okay. Just to catch up with what is in the cloud. But maybe this is a good format to have. I don't know.
Let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
Oh my God. Okay.
Whatever.
Thank you very much.
If you like any of our stuff, please share it. And I'm using the
Just go,
orphan
go,
eyes.
go, please, go, please. Okay. Thank you very much for joining, and see you around.
See you around.
Bye. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.